Hello and welcome to another chat with Nat. Today we're going to be making rye bread. Rye bread, you may ask? Yes, a keto rye bread. So many people tell me they miss bread, and rye bread seems to go down so well with so many people. So I found a recipe and adjusted it to make rye bread. So as you know, I have people in my family who are anaphylactic with nuts. So when the recipe calls for almond flour, I normally use sunflower seed flour. So we add the cup of sunflower seed flour or almond flour or nut flour, any flour you like. I must say nut flour is a billion times more tasty than sunflower seed. But if you're anaphylactic, you don't have a chance. If you're allergic to nuts, sunflower seed flour works amazingly. 3/4 of a cup of flax flour, some baking soda and Himalayan salt. Put that all in, give it a stir so that it's all well incorporated together. Don't forget, before you start, the most important thing is remember to put on the oven to 180 degrees centigrade or 350 Fahrenheit. Wash your hands well before you start because you will be touching the stuff, and line your cake, your loaf tin. Even though it's a non-stick, I always prefer to line it in case there are sometimes accidents that happen. And you don't want to have to leave pieces behind in the loaf pan when you take the bread out or the cake out or whatever it is you're baking. So we've stirred the dry ingredients nicely. 4 eggs and a tablespoon of coconut oil. Let's give that a bit of a mix. So as you can see, keto baking is so easy. A bit of this, a bit of that, you mix it all together. There it is, all beautifully mixed together. I like to melt the coconut oil before I start. I find it easier, but it's up to you whether you just put it in and mush it in, or if you just have it with the eggs all liquidy and put in. Then the interesting thing is caraway seeds. Do you know that caraway seeds taste a lot like rice seeds? I have a coffee grinder. Coffee grinder I find is imperative to have in keto cooking. I put the caraway seeds in it. I ground it up, 3 tablespoons. Add it in, give it a mix. And that's it. Now all we do is we pour it in to, oh, the caraway seed smells wonderful. Put it into the dish. I like to have a scraper to make sure that I get every bit out. And that's it. There you are, all beautifully done, mixed in. You can, optional, add sesame seeds to the top. It just gives us that extra bit of crunch at the end, but it's not necessary. If you want to add the caraway seeds on top, you can. And that's it. Put it in the oven for 40 minutes, and we have a loaf of rye bread. Here it is, 40 minutes later. Rye bread is now cooked. It's advisable to leave it in the container for about an hour, hour and a half, to let it harden and solidify so that it doesn't break into crumbs when you eat it. So in an hour's time, an hour and a half's time, take it out, put on a plate, slice it up, and so delicious. Enjoy.